this off. Let's take all this off, the box and the hose. Unplug this, just push here and out. Alright, for this, you gotta, it's like another tab on the other side right here. You just squeeze and then pull. And then you take this out too, so you can take the whole thing. Got the 2 bolts right here, 7mm, and it takes out the whole assembly of this box. Take that out. Alright, so you take this thing, pull it up. This just push and pull it out. And for this, you wanna pry this up. Open like that. And then you just pull it out. Like that. Just try to move this out the way. Alright, so now you wanna get over here and disconnect these connectors. Alright, so you wanna take it. It's gonna be connected in here with this, so you're gonna have to pull it out. And once it's free, you gotta press this tab and then pull it at the same time. Okay, the same thing here, you just press and pull it out. Alright, so now to take this thing out, this bracket, it's gonna be a 10, and it's gonna be one like under here. It's gonna be tricky, but there's a 10 under that you gotta take out. So there's gonna be a nut and a bolt that holds this thing on, which you could just take out. Get that out the way. And then also, you can take out this connector right here. And you can take this out too. So for this thing, you can just pry it out. Something, just a big screwdriver or something. Just get something to pry it out. You just move this harness out the way. What the fuck? Oh. Yeah, just take that, just move it out the way. And you can take this thing right here out with just these 2 nuts right here. Alright, so just pull that out. Just put it to the side. Alright, so now we'll come over here and get this clip. Pull it up, and then you can take this sensor out. But once you take the sensor out, coolant is gonna come out of here, so I will get a drain pan under the car and try to collect as much as possible. Just put that in a safe spot, and then just pull it up. Start coolant. Now you want to take this clamp off right here, this one, and the one down here. Take those off. Alright, to take out the hose is going to be tricky, so what I did, get a long screwdriver, flathead, pry against the hose, rubber hose. Once you take that clamp off, of course, take that off, and then also, it's going to be this little fitting right here. This connects to this tubing, so you just pull it like that, take it out from there, so pull it and have that free. And after that, you can just pull the whole thing out like this, just like that, and it's free. There's gonna be a clamp right here at the bottom. So what you gotta do is hold the clamp, and at the same time you gotta pull the hose off. It's gonna be a little tricky since you don't have that much space to work with, but you can do it. Yeah, just take that out. It's gonna be 2 bolts right here. So this way, take those 2 out. Those are 8mm bolts. Yeah, this clamp's in the way, so I'm gonna just take out the hose so we get the bolt off. Alright, so I didn't have to take out the hose. All I did was move it around so I can get access. So you're just gonna move around that clamp so you get that bolt out. Alright, so with the hoses off, now you can take out these bolts. And they're both 13s. For this bolt right here, I recommend you get a long socket just so you can reach all the way in. It's actually a nut that's holding it, so a bolt, a nut. Once you have that, I'm just gonna pull the whole thing out from that stud. There it is. Alright, so this was a problem. This piece right here is broken off, and now the new one comes whole like that. It's not broken pieces. See how that's broken? Yep. And also on the inside is a seal that's in there. So yeah, make sure that's out of there. Oh yeah, look, the broken piece comes out. That's why we were leaking, because of that broken piece inside. So when you go to put on a new part, you gotta put 2 new seals. So if the first one goes around here, it's a ring, and it's this one right here. Because here's the old one. The old one, it expanded, so you can't use that. You gotta use this one. And before you put it on, I'll get some coolant to lubricate it and just put it around, just like that. And it fits right in the little groove. And also you can't forget the sensor that we took out. You gotta put it in the new one too. So lubricate that little O-ring, just pop it back in there, and then put this clip back on it. So it just pops back in there, and then put it in the clip, just like that, and pop it back in. And then here's the other seal, right there. And then for this seal, what I did was get a pick like this, and then just pick that that part right there that's sticking out. Just go under it and just pulled on it. There goes the new one. Fits in just like that in that little groove. Before you put on the new piece, I would clean the surface area. So yeah, we can clean that a little bit and then put it back on. Alright, so line up the stud with the hole and put it back on. Make sure it's in there. Yep. Alright, so when you go to put it on, you gotta make sure that it pops in place. So you gotta get it in and then push it a little. Just like that. Just give it a little push and it's in there. And now I just put in the bolt, the nut, and then the hoses. Put this back on. And the hose on the bottom too. This hose. And after all that, everything back together, then put in coolant. And get a burp the system, and that's it pretty much. Alright, so it's all back together, and the burp the system is actually very easy. So all you do is get a funnel like this. This is from Harbor Freight. It's a special funnel, but that shit doesn't even fit. Look, what the fuck, Harbor Freight? Anyways, it still works. So all I did was I put in coolant, and once I put in enough coolant, it was burping itself already. You could hear the noises. So you just put in enough coolant, and after that, get inside the car, start it up, put the heater on high, and put the fan on low, no AC, and make sure it comes out to the vents, and just watch the level. Say you want to start it up, put the heater on high, all the way high, put it so it's coming out to the vents right here. The fan, you can put the fan right there, and just feel it. And right now, heat is coming out, which is what you want. And then watch the operating temp too. Make sure that's normal. So just keep an eye on that. Yeah. So right now what I'm gonna do is put the cap back on, take out the extra coolant that I put in, drive it around and see what happens. So I also got this from Harbor Freight, which is a transfer pump. So you put the rubber hoses on those ends, and pull this end in there, and the other end on something like this where the extra coolant could go, and just start pumping, and just pump until we get it to the right level, and that's it.